Hey everybody, this is the WooFDriver. You are live once again, and I'm hoping you can hear me. Got the mic on, and I'm not going to be able to tell because I'm going to be riding the motorcycle with a special friend. I'm going to turn it around right now for you, and you're going to see that special friend. And his name is the Jagster. So I hope you can enjoy the ride. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have a great time. And I'm just trying to get everything set up here. So we're going to go to the park, and we're going to see what this is all about. I'm just setting the equipment up. If you have any questions, I'm going to try to answer any questions when we get to the park or when we get to where we're going. So please let me know. And let me just make sure I got volume. Thanks. Actually, can you hear me? That's what I'm trying to find out. Can anybody hear me? Great. Sounds like I can. Sounds like we can hear. Okay. Hey. Okay, everybody. We are getting ready to rock and roll. Jag is not comfortable with riding in a car. So we've done a little bit of motorcycle riding. So this is great work for him. He's by himself, as you can see, with me. And it's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you so much, Becca. I'm getting on the bike, and I'm going to my wife is following me, Mrs. WooFDriver, just to make sure everything's safe, as can be. And we're on our way. Jag might lay down. It's kind of cool I can talk to you. I certainly can't hear you or see you, but you can. I can describe to you what's going on. We're backing out right now, folks. And we hope to have a great time. I'm sure we will. And here we go, folks. Now, Jag has his goggles on. We always ride as safely as possible. This is actually his first time with his goggles on. And we're going to see how that plays out. Should be good. He's got a strap on there to keep him, if he should get them off, to keep them from falling off. Again, this bike seat was custom made by a company called Beast Riders, and they're actually out of Maryland, and they're one of the only companies that I'm aware of in the United States that makes these seats. And it's so good because we like to involve dogs in as much of our life as possible, and motorcycle riding is a big part of my life. So how special and how cool is it when you have your pup riding shotgun with you in this kind of scene? It's truly awesome. I hope you can hear me, folks. This is a new way of broadcasting on the bike. I usually am not able to talk, and you're usually hearing a bunch of wind noise. So I'm hoping you can actually hear me pretty clearly. And here goes the neighbor. And it's just a beautiful day here. So what happens is, a couple reasons I'm doing this. As I said, I like doing as many activities as I can with my dog and incorporate all my dogs and incorporating them into my life as much as possible. So being on the motorcycle is natural for me, and the dogs ride with me everywhere in the cars and the trucks that we ride because, as you know, we go far out to adventures. And now we're getting a chance to do a little joyriding, if you will. I nicknamed this wolf driving too. So, crossing a big road here. And, I mean, I've been riding for years, so there's no problem with me. I'm just going to check my boy Jag every once in a while. I got him on the Mira. As I said, I've got a chase vehicle just to make sure everything's okay. There's no way he can get out. He's seat belted in. He's more secure than I am. And with his eye protection, he's doing great. Yep, he's comfortable with that. I like taking the route I'm going to take because it's going to give him a chance to feel a lot of acceleration and deceleration, as well as curves we're going to go around, and braking. So that's what we do. But as I was saying, in addition, this gives us a real chance to get some one-on-one bonding in, because you usually see me, I'm with all the pack, and the dynamics there are totally different. because dogs are naturally competitive with each other. So the behaviors they're going to exhibit are pretty, I'm going to wave him on so my chase vehicle can have a straight out follow, hopefully. So the behaviors they exhibit when they're with another dog or their pack, if there's more than one dog even, as there is in our pack, are totally different. And therefore, when we're one-on-one, the dynamic totally changes, as I said, and we can do some other kind of bonding. Plus, whenever you train a dog in the beginning for anything new, it's always good to go one-on-one. Good boy, Jag. You're a good boy. One-on-one gives you not only the time to address any concern or problem that may arise, but a lot of times it makes the dog feel more comfortable. Now, that being said, in certain situations, I like to have another dog there as a training aid, depending on what I'm training. So sometimes that can help another dog feel comfortable if it can learn to relax and not be competitive with the other dog. So, and that's all determined by a trainer and how well the trainer knows your dog. And what we do, there's certain tests that we can do to find out how best to train certain dogs. The Jag, as you can see, he's a little shy is the wrong word, but a little apprehensive about riding in any vehicle. So fear can sometimes exhibit aggressiveness, not so much towards me, but towards other dogs, especially, and even people would be scared around them. Now, Jag's pretty well seasoned, but sometimes when he's in a moving vehicle, he can, because of his fear, he'll bark a bit and he'll try to intimidate a bit just because of that fear factor. So I often talk about training our dogs to build confidence, and confidence eliminates a lot of fears, which in turn will eliminate a lot of aggressive behaviors. So this is a beautiful country road ride. There will be some traffic, which will be okay, because again, just trying to get him conditioned to the real world. We've done some other training with him on the bike, as I said, not with the goggles and not on these roads, but just to condition him for this ride and feel as more than I am. He's secure to the bike more than I would be. So, and that makes him actually feel comfortable. Something like if you've ever seen those Thunder shirts, sometimes a harness can play a similar role to dogs when they're scared of loud noises such as thunder, because it surrounds their body, almost like we would hug a dog, makes them feel comfortable. So his harness that he has on now and the belts that are attached to him give him another sense of comfort. He's being good with the goggles. He's not fighting them. And when you try something new with a dog, like adding goggles, it's great into trying to accomplish. Now, some dogs are just naturally very apprehensive, and even get them next to a bike can be a challenge. That was Princess, to get her into the Seiko cart. So right here I'm going, taking a right. Sometimes, believe it or not, folks, I'll give him a sled dog commands. And I'll do that as we make a turn, just to let him know what direction I'm going to go into, because he knows the sled dog commands. Seems pretty comfortable, though. And he's going to get a little reward here. We're going to take a walk with him when we get to the park. The park's probably going to be crowded. And this is really more of ball fields at Oregon Ridge, which is a state park. Not really, it's not too mountainous around here, but it's as mountainous as you get in this part of Maryland where I'm at. So it actually used to be a ski area, and there's remnants from the old chairlift or T-bar, whatever they were using to get up the hill, and plenty of people still sled there today. And they also glide like hang gliders off of it, because it's one of the tallest areas around here, even though it's not like the big Maryland mountains you might be used to up in Cumberland and that area. And we go there a lot. but certainly not on the motorcycle. Another thing is cars coming at him in this situation. Now, he's used to it because we do run on the street, not a street like this sometimes, but on the sled on wheels, scooter, whatever. So he's kind of used to it. And it's my phone ringing, so can you imagine the technology going on here? I'm broadcasting live. I hope you still have a signal. And got the Jagster in the back of the Can-Am, the hog. I know someone gave me a tough time. That's not a real hog. Yeah, true. Harleys are hogs, but this is a hog as far as the wolf pack's concerned. Just giving a thumbs up from my wife, her vantage point, making sure she feels we look good. It's always good, and I will video a lot of these rides, even without the live broadcast, a lot of things I do for my training. And I've got so many videos, probably more than Sony Studios. But a lot of it is done to see how dogs are acting in certain situations. I put my dogs in pretty unusual situations, to say the least. I train them doing the stuff we do, but they have to acclimate to it, and when I can see how they act, I can direct the training. So we just turned on to a busier road. It's all good. I hope you can hear me. It's a little loud. And I'm going to pull over if I can because my wife got one car behind me. These are beautiful, the beautiful Maryland countryside. Beautiful horse pastures you're going to see. This is a private field where they land airplanes sometimes. Actually, my wife's going to turn in now. So this Jag, he's the only one that hasn't had goggles on and hasn't been on this ride. So he's getting a real treat. The other dogs have been on this ride. He's just the last one to train. It just fell that way. Whenever we have time, and it's a nice day, it's a proper conditions, I'll take a ride with one of the dogs and work on this training. But the training's also going to give us other aspects we can work on too. If one of the dogs is not as responsive on a recall or something, one of my commands, I might work with them individually, cover more ground quicker. So they got groomed today, and grooming is another adventure or event, I should say, that we do, because it's wonderful for the dogs, but it can be a little stressful. So it's a little bit of work for them, and it's so vital, especially because they're long-haired, double-coated dogs referred to as woolies. And this time of year, they're blowing their coat. Now that's a hog. That was a Harley, folks. So, and for those of you that don't motorcycle ride, we usually riders are very. We got our own clique going on, so we give each other the "Hey, what's up" sign. Jack's enjoying the ride. Now, when we first started, he was facing the camera. Now he's facing forward. I know it's windy. Again, I apologize. I'm trying to give you the best possible audio portion of this I can. This is just a beautiful day. Almost no humidity. Temperature's probably 75 to 80. And he's not hot. This is not an activity per se, like we're normally running or walking or whatever. And we're also going through tree-lined areas, shaded areas. He's retired now. He was a part of our local sports team, the Baltimore Orioles. And they do something called the Hunt Cup, which is a horse event. I've never participated, so I'm not sure all about it, but it's pretty interesting to say the least. And if you could see, I don't know where the camera is, he's to the right of me now. His house, his complex, looks more like a hotel. So there's a lot of curves on this road. Each dog rides in here different. If you saw Zorro, he was hugging me basically, his head on my shoulder. If you saw Chase, he was curled up in the bed, very comfortable. and Jag is just checking out the sights and sounds. Not as animated, new experience, relatively speaking, and he's doing great. When we get to the park, I'm going to try to keep you with me. I'm going to do a walk with him. He will be on leash because they usually have ball games going on here. He's totally trained to stay with me, but I don't want other people, if they see him, to be intimidated, so I'll put him on leash. You don't see that much with me either. I don't use a leash much. I'm fortunate enough, but we do need leashes at some point. At some point, all the time in their life. At some point, it's imperative we put them on a leash, whether it's going to a vet, or a public area, whatever. So we got a very smooth ride going on. Hopefully my camera's not bouncing, and hopefully you're getting the audio feed on this. Blue skies above, green grass all over, got hay fields to the right that looks like they've been farmed and the hay's rolled up, and you might know that from my rides when we do free ranging. Dogs like to check out those hay bales. I remember one time putting Jag on top, thinking it was king of the hay or king of the field or something. If you have any questions, folks, by all means, please go right ahead and send them over. I can't read them now, but I will certainly check them out either when we get to the park or at a future time when I can sit down and address them properly. I'd like to give everyone shout-outs, and as you can see in this situation, I can't. But I'm with you. WooFDriver's with you. So, by the way, it's 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Right now, it's 5:24. We've got a clock on here. Modern technology. The infamous Brit Savage will be on the WooFDriver page live, streaming live to you like I am, and she'll be on the WooFDriver News. And we never know what Brit's got in store, but it's always something fun. I think 1 or 2 shows ago, Brit's actually an excellent musician, and she is a vocalist. She sings backup for some pretty famous bands and country acts, and she actually did a dog-related song. I can't remember what song, but it was really funny. It was actually beautiful, but you know her, it was funny the way she did it. She was holding up the words for the chorus to everybody to sing along. So you never know what you're going to get in there, and then she does kind of like one of her first shows, she did kind of like a roll call, and she mentions everybody, usually tries to, that watches her show, and she's got a lot of cool stuff going on. A good boy. Jag is just really comfortable now. He's just laying there. He's a little propped up because he's not fully comfortable with it yet, but he's transitioning into it beautifully. So Brit Show's great. I don't know if you've been noticing, if you're new to the WooFDriver channel, we've had live programming almost every day now, and that's our goal, to bring to you at least one, if not more, shows from everything that's, of course, dog-centric. From Barbara, who does Animal Secrets, to Carol, who does positive dog-related motivational stuff, and she just wrote a book about how dogs can better change our world, to a dog trainer, and myself doing all these wild adventures, to Brit doing the WooFDriver News. We've got some music stuff going on WooFTunes Live, and this is all on the WooFDriver channel. If you haven't yet, subscribe to the live feed and to our event schedule. Right now, I'm trying to update the event schedule every day to let you know what the activities are. But we'll start planning that out week by week once we get more set. And here's where I'm going to take a left, folks. It doesn't look like there's too many people here, which is always a good thing. A couple times ago, you might have seen me here with Zorro. We actually did we ran into a police dog. Good boy, Jag. Good boy. And the police dog was doing his work. Cool. Let me pull up a mic. That's cool. I didn't know he had a canine with him, and I'm familiar with police dog training because my master trainer and mentor taught me. He was a police dog trainer. Good boy, Jag. Oh, Jag is kind of laid down. I didn't realize he was fully laid down. So, yeah, we've got a good view. Hey. So, it looks like we got a lot of questions, folks. I'm going to work on, first off, turning the bike off. That's a good sign. And I'm going to get off my helmet. I'm going to let Jag stay there with his. He's very comfortable with his gear on. And I do that just to keep him comfortable, let him know that it's all good. So the sound, you're losing the sound some, it looks like, folks. Looks like I've got sound. You know what it is? It's probably, folks, I'm sorry, it's probably just the wind noise, but I will check it. We've gone to great extents to make this sound work, and unfortunately it still doesn't all the time. It will if the setup is, if we got don't have wind noise and I've got everything connected right, but I'm sometimes to blame, and I apologize. I'm trying to position. Gotta carry all the gear here, of course. Good boy, Jag. He's just doing so good. I got to grab a picture. Can you see his head? He's so good. I'm going to actually tilt the camera up a little bit, folks, so on the ride back you can get a even better view of Jagster. And great. Great. I'm glad people are enjoying it, looks like. And so wait. Now now this is how we do the Jag, man. Hi, good boy. Hi. You're a good boy. So what I do is I'm going to take his goggles off. These are strapped around his ears, by the way, and they're strapped under his chin. But we do one way. See, now he's off. Hi, good boy. He's just so good. So, and then I only remove the strap from around his head because the other strap stays on, so it's easier to put back on. Just going to give you a step-by-step description here. And I'm unhooking him. He's hooked in 3 points. And good boy, Jaggy. I'm trying to make this as easy as possible. Okay, Jag. Come on, good boy. Let me see where this is. Okay, come on, good boy. You're a good boy. And it's really nice because this harness setup, good boy, Jag, has in it, I'm going to pull this out, folks. Hopefully you can hear me again. I'm going to take you for a walk with us. Get the phone out of the holster here. Sorry if I'm making you dizzy, folks. Not trying to. Goes round and round. Round and round. Okay, I'm done spinning. Hey, Jaggy. And now I'm going to look for my holster. I'm going to give you a view of Jag. I'm looking. Yep, I got it right here, folks. Take it, boy. And put this on just so I can better aim in the camera. I'll take the out. Sin? Take a walk. Okay, so we're going to take a walk through here. Now's a great time. I'll stroll through the questions here. Hi, Axia. I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong. So wonderful to see you, and thanks so much for joining us. Appreciate you dropping in. Michelle, hello. Hi there. Cool, glad you can hear me. Howdy, howdy. So, got some people coming up here to do their sports. I might be able to let Jag free range a little bit here. Thank you so much, Michelle. I really appreciate it. Becca, how are you? Great to see you. Glad you can hear me. Shirley, thank you. Thanks, everybody, for telling me. And hello. Rachel, hello. Thanks so much, Angela. I can hear very clearly. Jag is adorable. Thank you so much. Love it. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, everybody. Beth and Eva. Thank you. Thanks, Kasanas. Thank you so much, Eva again. And Jill, hey, what's up? You're losing the sound, Florence said. Yeah, it's just a situation. But we're going to take a walk here and keep you with us. You can see how we do it. Just films up ahead. If you have any questions, now's a good time to take it. Have you ever been to the nature part here? Okay. So last time we were here, everybody. Good. Kimberly, thank you for letting me know. Last time we were here, we ran into a police dog, which was kind of cool. As I said, my master trainer and mentor, he was a police dog, protection dog trainer, and he was one of the best in the country. So I'm very familiar with a lot of the terminology. In fact, because of him, my dogs are trained with some of the German terminology, because protection dog work is Schutzen. That's the name of it, what most people use. I guess the worldwide accepted training way is called Schutzen. And the military uses it, police forces around the world. And it's really nice when you speak German, because when you're in the United States, a lot of people don't speak German. So if the police are pursuing a criminal with a canine, they can give the dogs commands, and the criminal wouldn't know, or the suspect, as well as the suspect couldn't overtake the dogs because of that. Couldn't try to direct them. Come on. So Jag's really comfortable now, as you can see. And there's a lot of bird feeders back here. And there's I know they planted some trees. It's a little bit of a tree farm. So you can see how close Jag will stay with me. See, now, what I'm showing you here is one-on-one training, like I said, or one-on-one interaction with Jag, where he stays with me real close, because he's a little unsure, and he's used to being with his wolf pack mates. And when he's by himself, he's going to stick with the pack daddy closer. So now's a great time to take any questions you may have. We're going to get back on the motorcycle, and we will ride it again soon on the way home. We're about 20 minutes from home on the East Coast right now. I'm going to give you a time real quick, folks. It is 5:30. Told you Britt is going on at 7. Britt Savage with the WooFDriver News. As I said, we've done probably at least we're doing one live show a day. We're trying, and hopefully that schedule will build, from dog trainers to anything you can imagine to do with dogs. We'll be broadcasting something live about it. So when Jag wants to sniff, we usually give him an opportunity to sniff. Boy, because this is his time, and want to make it as enjoyable as possible. So basically, we can let the leash off, and now he's free range, and there's no one back here, so I just keep him on a leash, not for him or me, but for other people that are concerned about it. Boy, so I'd love to hear your questions or comments, or at least see them on the screen. Once again, those of you that aren't familiar with me, I am the WooFDriver, and I've got a... Sorry, folks. We are in the park, and Jag is free ranging. We just got on our motorcycle ride to the park, and just wanted to show you see how close he is to me now? That's because he's uncertain where he is, and he's not with his wolf pack mates, so he'll stick right by my side. And this is similar to how you would train a dog to heel with you. He won't get too far ahead. He's trained not to get too far ahead, but if he would see something, he'd get excited. Actually, he's with you. Jag, putts. Jag, putts. Putts. Jag, putts. Good boy. Putts. Okay, now I put him in a plots position right there, folks. Can you see it? Stay. Plots. It's a deer right there. I don't know if you can see it or not. I'm gonna take this off. Plot. Plot. Good boy. Look at that deer. Good boy, Jag. And right there is the Jagster. Totally plotzed. And I'm sorry if I had a little bit of visual. I'm taking a lens off that makes it a wider view so you can see what we're doing here. So that's how you had a deer in the field. Jag was not even tempted. And that's how we train. So now watch, I'm going to give him the command for him to get up. Free. Okay, easy. Jag. Jag. Easy, good boy. Now he's excited. If I wanted to have him closer to me, again, you saw him hanging real close to me before, and that's because, Jag, because he was nervous. He was concerned. He was not with his wolf pack mates. And we stopped that. And Jag, good boy. Just don't want him to get too far ahead. Easy, Jag. Heel. Good boy. Okay. Jag, plots. Good boy. Watch how we plots. Plots. Good boy. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, folks, we're getting near a road, so I'm just going to put his collar on, his leash. And free. Good boy. I didn't want him to get too, I don't want people to think I'm not obeying park rules. So, good boy. So, we were getting near a road there, and he's not going to go on the road without me, but this is a new area to him, so I don't want to get people worked up. Why isn't the dog on the leash? And that's why I put him back on the leash. But this is where I trained, actually, my first dog, part of where we trained him to be off leash, because I didn't have access to the farmlands and everywhere we go. But you saw how it works, basically, folks. And that's all part of just reinforcing what we do, how he got. I was able to put the camera on the deer after we saw the deer, after I had Jag in a plots position, which means down again, and watch the deer go by. And he wasn't at the bit concerned with it. Now, if he would have been with his wolf pack mates, it's a little more trying, because competitive nature plays a part of it. But they'll all stay. But I might have to be a little more vocal. People playing soccer here. So I'm just going to move them away. Jag loves people, so he's very interested in what they're doing. But again, this is why we're leashed back up, because people, this is a public park. Where we were back in the nature preserve, I could let him off leash as I did. And sometimes people will have dogs, so you want to be on the lookout for that. Not that there's a problem, but I think everyone knows my motto: expect the unexpected. And I actually have an extra leash with me because I've run into stray dogs back here. Not even people that people brought to the park. People that live on the outside of it, and I was able to get a tag off the dog and call the people in my cell, and they came and picked them up. So I'm always looking out for any animals. So we're pretty close to the motorcycle. We're going to get back on. I'm going to put the camera back in the holster. And you're going to see us ride back home. Beautiful ride. Beautiful. And this has been a wonderful experience for Jag. And I'm just loving it too. Anytime I can be with my dogs. Getting busy up here. Any questions, folks? Don't be shy. Let me see. No new ones. We might actually have new ones. Sometimes this feed doesn't refresh itself like it should. So you're gonna watch me. I'm gonna put the phone back in the holster. We're getting to the bike now. You got a real special treat there. I really hope you got to see the deer. I mean, that's as close as I've been to a deer in a long time. He was pretty daggone close. Okay, Jag, hang on, buddy. So what I do here is I use some cool equipment too. Like this leash has an adjustable hand. Just hook that right to the bar there. And Jag will stay. Stay, bud. Good boy. Stay, buddy. Now, folks, I apologize. Put my hand over the phone so I don't drive you crazy. And simply unscrewing it. I didn't want to put it 27 place. I didn't want you to have to live through that. But I might not be able to do it here. So I apologize. Don't look, because it's spinning. And I don't want to give anyone a headache. I've been accused of that before. I've been accused of making people dizzy on this. So we're back set up there. Gonna make sure my sound's in. Bear with me if you will. I think I have sound. I think I have connectivity. Just gonna make sure we're still on here. We are. Hope you can still hear me. I can hear you. And we're almost ready to go. I'll wait for my wife a sec. She's my chase vehicle. I always call it a chase vehicle because they're following us. And gonna load Jag up and get him ready to rock and roll. And as you can see, I think you can see Jag. That leash I have connects right to the bike, and I can really tell you. Let me see. I'm going to see if I can see if we have any other questions while we have a couple minutes here, folks. And again, it's just good for Jag to be around the bike. Him being next to it is awesome. So, okay. I'm trying to read more questions. Many don't watch out for slower. That's true. Are you trying to say I'm slow, Sherry? They fly down the road all the time. Hey, if I go fast or I go slow, they still fly down the road. It's so true what you're saying. Thank you so much, Cheryl. And thanks, Samantha. You saw the doggles. These are actually called noggles. I mean, they're similar. The only difference is these are made by the manufacturer that makes the seat. And this is all handmade. It's all... how'd they call it? Hand cut leather and all put together. And the noggles are really cool. They're the dog's goggles. They're awesome because they actually fit over and under. Doggles do too. I used to sell doggles, so I know all about them. But they're elastic, so the dogs can get those off. These are leather strapped, and you can cinch them down a little tighter, so therefore they stay on the dog more. And thank you so much, everybody. I really appreciate it. Appreciate all the love. I'm going to get on the bike just a second here. Was just waiting for my wife. Let me make sure. I'm just going to text her and see where she's at. There. You like this? Live TV? You're on live reality show TV, basically. You never know what can happen. So, Jag's interested, as I told you. He loves people, and he loves seeing what's going on, like a lot of dogs. So dogs are very curious. Almost all dogs. In fact, I don't think I know a dog that's not curious. And because of that curiosity, when you use that to your advantage, you can actually train them using their... That's why I call my system, I call it I Do Get Tame, because we take their instinct and we use that to drive them to do activities that they instinctually know how to do, but we tame them down a little bit. And that's what my whole training system's about. And what's so cool about the WooFDriver channel now, we have Dean Miller, who is the dog counselor, and he's got his own style of training, which is excellent. And he will travel pretty much anywhere, from what I understand. If someone wanted personal lessons, I think he'll Skype as well. And he also takes questions on the channel all the time. His show's it's actually tomorrow night at 9 o'clock. And I believe he's on Sunday as well. That's why I said subscribe to the live schedule, and you'll see everybody that's going on. And it'll give you a chance to ask questions, to learn, whatever. And, okay, I'm going to shout out from California. How do you say it? Temecula, California. He is ready to go. You are so right, Lewis. Thanks so much. Hey, Cece, thank you so much. Thanks, Donna. Andrew, hello. Janice, thank you so much. And I'm just going to make sure my wife's here. And hang on one sec. Sen, can I get that water from you, hon? We're going to give Jag hydrate him a little bit. He doesn't drink much, and he's the slowest drinker in the world. I don't know if you've seen us on our WooFDriver tours when we're running the dogs on the trails. But he's the last one to drink because he just doesn't want to drink. I don't know why. He's just funny. Doesn't drink. When he goes into his crate, he will not touch water in there. Thank you. Did you see the deer? You saw it? Wasn't that cool? So, okay, buddy. Now let's see if he drinks here. Oh, Jaggy's going to take a drink. And I'm going to move it over here so everybody can see. And just giving him a little water. That's how we do the water thing. So I've got a multitude of dog bowls, by the way, that I carry. I've got dog bowls that are out of vinyl, actually, and they'll wrap around. They have buttons on them so they can snap to almost any vehicle we ride. Because between riding the scooter and the different dog bikes and now the motorcycle, you just don't know what we're going to need. So they're really cool. As well as this little, I found a set of these little stainless steel bowls that had rubber on them so they don't move. And they come in real handy for travel as well. Oh, Jaggy was thirsty. Look at that. Want some more, buddy? Cool. So we're always about hydrating the dogs and keeping them cool. Of course, that's almost the creature of dog, any dog. They're inefficient at cooling, and that's the biggest problem that we run into. Okay, good boy. Sometimes, depending on the weather, I might dump the water or let him get the water over his head just to help further cool him down. So I'm going to put the camera in position here. Okay, so you can really get a view of him and the road. Okay, folks, sorry, just adjusting it. And I'm going to put him on the bike. You can watch how I do this very carefully. Okay, good boy, Jaggy. So when I lift the dog, come on, good boy. I'm going to turn him in the right position. I lift under his stomach, and I'm using the harness to position him. Good boy. Good boy. To help me lift him a little. Boy. Just so I balance out the pressure on him. Because don't want to put too much pressure under his stomach. Don't want to pull on him too much. So that balances out. This harness is great for that. And I'm going to see how he lays down. Will depend on where I hook the one strap. I know you can't see that. But this one's going to go here. And these straps are all totally adjustable. I mean, this setup's really phenomenal. Really happy with it, how it works. I wouldn't have got this if it wasn't safe and foolproof, pretty much. Okay, I would never put my dogs in anything I didn't trust or certify it myself. So as you can see, this is how the goggles go on. Good boy, good boy. That was the chin strap. And again, these are leather, whereas goggles are elastic, and the dogs can get them off pretty easily. My experience with them, I used to sell them. I like them. I mean, I believe in protection for the eyes. When you're out, the dogs are getting exposed to the road elements. But at the same time, if they can get them off, that's a bummer. Now these, I'm sure they could get off too if they had long enough to work at it. But with all the straps on here, keeping it tight in the beginning gets them comfortable with it. And when they're comfortable, then you have a better chance of them being used to it, because this is certainly not a natural thing to wear the goggles. So right now I just strapped them over his ears, and this strap, I don't know if you can see it, hooks in just in case he would get them off. It doesn't fall in the roadway, and I'm not out the money and the time, because this is all custom-made stuff. So now I'm going to put my own gear on, folks. Good boy, Jaggy. Good boy, buddy. And he's a little unsure still. A little more comfortable than he was before on our way here. But Just making sure all the audio equipment's good. Gonna check the... Okay, I'll tilt that up a little bit, folks, just so you can see, really get a good view. Now, he looks like Batman there, okay? So, heard a lot of Batman jokes. Now, I won't tell him that. You didn't hear that, Jag. Oh, he might like Batman, so it's not always a bad thing. Oh, good boy. When I moved the helmet, he was like, what's that? So, always reassure him and praise him whenever we make any sudden moves and he's concerned about it. Gonna put the leash away now, folks. Always carry, as I said, a multitude of leashes. I've got them all over this bike. Okay, gonna start the bike now. It's gonna help if I can find the right key. That always helps. Actually, we could be in trouble because I thought I put the key in the back pocket. Oh, I just used the key. Okay. Sorry, I lose my mind sometimes, but not with the dogs, just with everything going on here. It's pretty incredible, to say the least. So, with this bike, I have to turn it on and get it engaged before I can start it. Hey, good boy. And let me make sure he's comfortable enough to sit. Are you comfortable enough, buddy? Lay down. Good boy. I'm just going to see where this is. Actually, I don't like the way... I think that's good. I didn't like the way it was going under, but I think it's fine. Checking the tension of the straps. They look good. I think we're good to go, folks. I'm going to look one more time at the camera, make sure you got a good view. Going to reassure the Jagster that everything's good. You're a good boy. You're the best boy, Jaggy. Good boy. And I'm going to hop on the bike as soon as I get situated. Okay, good boy. Hi, good boy. One more check, folks. Sorry. Double check on the strap. I always do. Double check the camera. We're in good shape. Good boy, Jag. Okay. Got the microphone. Hopefully you can hear me, folks. Speaking on a roadworthy mic. Now you see Jag's a little more inquisitive, which is good. I like that. He's feeling a little more relaxed. And Mrs. WooFDriver is following along because I've got one of her babies with me. He's called the Jagster. Good boy, Jaggy. And I know Jag's personality. So, if he acts funny, I'll check him. My wife knows his personality. Good boy, Jag. We got a lot of traffic here. Comfortable in those goggles. Again, the key is just keep moving, keep his attention off of it, and he won't try to get him off. So it looks like, ooh, we got a lot of traffic. Again, folks, where I'm at is a place called Oregon Ridge. These are the ball fields there. If you want to Google that or Google Earth that, you can see the whole complex. You got a nature center. I've walked the dogs through the park, which is mountainous for the region. And here we go, folks. And it's a little trafficy. As I said, we might run into that, but that's all part of the plan. Getting Jag used to the noises, the oncoming traffic, how that's not going to hurt him, and the acceleration and deceleration of the bike, as well as the windiness and curves of the road, because this area's got a lot of it. So he'll feel the different pressures on him, and we're going to have a good experience, so he'll know that it was all good. Good boy, Jaggy. Again, I apologize for any road noise, but this mic is one of the best out there on the market. And as long as I've got it all hooked up correctly, then you're going to not hear as much road noise. You'll hear me mostly. bike, for those of you that are asking, this is called a Can-Am. So it's a three-wheeled motorcycle. Traditionally, you see motorcycles, the ones you see with three wheels, usually have them in the back. They're all referred to as trikes. Trike as in three wheels. Even almost any vehicle with three wheels you would call a trike. Even the bikes, one of the bikes I use with the dogs is called a trike because it has three wheels. Having the wheels in the front is a newer technology. This company, Bombardier, started making these motorcycles, I'm going to say about 6 years ago, maybe a little better. And they found that the stability for handling and riding is far superior than wheels in the back. Now I hear a dog. And I'm going to keep an eye. I'm not so much worried about Jag. He can't go anywhere, but I don't want that dog to be tempted to come. Dogs are tempted to go to motorcycles. So that's actually one of the questions when getting your license test. What do you do? And the best thing to do is keep going, because once you acknowledge the dog and start to stop, he's going to keep chasing you. But if you get out of his territory, he's going to probably give up and less likely to run into problems. So those people had control of that dog, so that was perfect. So in any case, this company Bombardier makes this vehicle. They've done all their research, with modern day technology, and they discovered that the wheels in the front are much more stable than traditional motorcycles that have wheels in the back. What I mean by that are when you see trikes out there on the road. Most motorcycles are two-wheeled, obviously, but when you have just one front wheel and one wheel in the back, or one back wheel and two wheels in the front, as I'm riding, this has been shown to be a more stability, so better for cornering and better for maneuvering. And also in these bikes, you don't have to lean like a traditional motorcycle, etc. So you do still, in Maryland, at least where I'm at, need a motorcycle license. In other states, you do not. Some other states, like Delaware, you do not. It's considered a car. This does not have handbrakes, where any motorcycle has handbrakes. And again, these are one of the caveats, that one of the ways that they get around those motorcycle restrictions in places like Delaware. Maryland, doesn't matter. It's considered a motorcycle, as I said. So, but I've always been an adventurer, and I've driven almost everything in my life. I used to drive a tractor trailer, so I'm pretty versed on a lot of vehicles, but I didn't want to get a motorcycle and have to really, you have to work to drive a motorcycle. Even though I love them, the best way to do it, in my opinion, for what I do and the kind of joyriding I like to do, is to have the three wheels. You can drive a dog on a two-wheel bike too. Again, this company that makes these makes them for all motorcycles. So that's the story with the Can-Am. This is the one I'm on is a 2011, I believe. It's about 5 years old. And it is called the Spider Roadster Limited or something, I believe. So it was just, it's got a lot of features to it. Pretty much the same features as most cars or high-end cars would have. I mean, this thing's got air ride suspension, and that's adjustable, and satellite radio, and heated handlebar grips. Crazy. But all really nice. Music's a big part to my life. That's how I developed the Wolf Tunes library, which tells all about all of my activities and all of my dog training and all of my learnings from my dogs. And I've got a library about martial arts. That's another passion of mine I've been doing longer than dogs. So it's all intertwined in my dog training. Pretty cool stuff. But music's important here, but I'm always playing my iPod. Good boy, Jig. So Jaggy's pretty comfortable there, as you see. And he's more engaged now. He's looking around. He's got his mama behind him, so he's happy about that. And we're sitting in the sun, so it's a little warm, but it's not humid out at all. As I said, I think I got a temperature gauge on here, about 80 degrees now. And the sun is working its way down at 6 o'clock. Sunset, the longest day of the year was yesterday, I believe, the solstice. So it's still pretty long. Probably gets dark, totally dark around 9. And that reminds me, folks. Good boy, Jag. Now he lay down. Good boy, Jag. When he makes a movement, or I make a sudden movement, like the acceleration, it's pretty heavy there from that light. I just praise him. What Jag? Look at him now. He's in the love of it. So I'll try to speak a little louder. Friday night, folks, we're doing a ghost hunt. We've got a paranormal expert going with us on one of our midnight mushing expeditions. The wolf pack will be with us. We're going to an area we believe is haunted. Here comes a car passing me. Good experience for Jag there. And at this area, there's an abandoned house that we believe is, we've witnessed some paranormal activity. So, very interested to hear the paranormal expert, his opinion of it and what he thinks. He's actually done shows, from what I understand, before. So, those of you that are into this might even recognize him. And we'll disclose his name and everything at location. But that'll be interesting to say the least. Good boy, Jaggy. So we're doing about 46 miles per hour, and you're watching me on live TV or live Facebook. You're seeing and hearing the whole event as it unfolds. Got the Jagster with me of the wolf pack. The Jagster's nickname is the Prankster because he's always pranking. Excuse me, right there. I see it going. And that's the reason I'm stopping. I'm actually going to turn into this driveway, folks, just so we can see better. And lost the camera phone there. Almost lost the camera. Okay, so we lost the camera lens that gives us a wide view, but I'm going to give you a closer view. I hope you can still see this and appreciate it. Good boy. I lost the camera lens. It's just a $10 lens on the road back there. You want to take a quick look? Or it's like this big.
Okay, how far back?
Right when I turned in. It's probably right in the middle of the road. Within the past, no, within the past few hundred feet here. Just a little camera lens that snaps onto the phone. It's silver and it's almost flat. I know. Just see if you get it. I'll wait here for a couple minutes for you. So, folks, what happened was I'm going to give you more of a view of Jag there. I'm so sorry. We lost the best part of the ride, too. Let me see if I can. My wife is going to go back and try to find it for our entertainment here. Actually, might be able to help her because I know what I'm looking for. So this is all part of reality TV, folks. You're seeing it live. Well, you don't have as wide of a view, so you were seeing it live. But we're still live, but we just got a shorter view. No big deal, but it's an inexpensive lens that attaches to the setup. And unfortunately, because this is such a new technology, I'm trying all different ways to bring it to you. And the phone lens I had was just not sturdy in there. So I'm going to try to see if I can locate it, just to give you a better view of what we're doing. I'm not too worried about the lens. It's like a $10 adapter that fits on the case I have. But we're going to see if we can put a spot on. Boy, Jaggy. Probably not, but who knows? So, let's see if we can spot that. And it doesn't look like we're going to spot it, folks. Spotted. Nope, I think I spotted it. So I'm going to go one more time through here. I think I might have spotted it. he's just getting extra time riding. He doesn't mind that. And just gonna do a little U-turn here, folks, just as we did, and we're just gonna go back and see if we see it. If we don't see it, we're gonna head back home. And that's what we do when we're doing our thing. Hi, good boy. Hi, good boy. Going across. This is live camera lens hunting, folks. So now I got a vintage view because I'm overlooking the area where I believe we lost one. And it's real flat, so it wouldn't have taken too much damage. Keeping an eye on the jag at the same time. Well, that camera's still turning. Try to give you a better view. I'm going to adjust the camera right here, and hope no one minds. Good boy, Jaggy. Good boy. So, okay, folks, I'm going to move the camera to position 2 if I can. Okay, that's going to work. But bear with me a second, folks. I apologize. And right now, as I said, see? Sorry, folks. I have to put the phone down for 1 second. Trying to do everything here. Almost back with you, folks. Hi, good boy, Jaggy. Everything's good, buddy. What we don't do to share our events. Okay, I'm back with you, folks, and I apologize. Just trying to improvise here. But it looks like we got a situation that could be kind of cool. Gonna give you a different view. And, almost got it. Now I gotta hook my microphone in there. Excuse me for 1 more second. This is improvising on the fly. I'll be with you in 1 sec, folks. Got it, folks. Okay, let me get the view you're getting. Not quite as nice as before, but still a good view. So I hope you're able to still see what we're doing and hear what's going on. I hope you still see what we're doing and hear the whole deal. And we're going to start this up again. Everything's good. Jaggy's good. Hi, good boy. trying the best to keep the stream going, but as you can see, it's getting hard. Okay, I'm back with you, folks. A little difficult, but the best news is the Jagster's doing great. His training's working wonderful. He's enjoying the motorcycle ride. And all these little issues, the technical issues I'm having, give him a chance to stop and start a lot and to get more comfortable in here. So it works perfectly. Use everything to an advantage, especially when you're training dogs. Turn every situation into as positive one as we can. And then your dogs will become real versatile and confident, like I was saying. So I hope you could see the beautiful countryside here. I hope the lens is wide enough because it's awesome. And a lot of these, like the farm next to me to the right, has a double-lined fence. The boy Jag, so they can ride the horses on the inside for training. And the farm to the left of me actually has, it might be full of crops now, but it actually has like a runway, if you will, the boy Jag, and they land small planes there. It's pretty cool. I'm probably private planes that belong to that farm or to the owner of that farm. And to the right, we're going to go to the left, go into my area, but to the right is Sagamore Farms, which is a big farm complex that the owner of Under Armour just purchased. Just a little history I'm giving you. Under Armour is a Baltimore-based company or a Maryland-based company. Good boy, Jaggy. And it's wonderful for local economy here. They're a big employer, and they make a great product too. How about that? I'm tooting their horn on my network, so maybe